So I'm out here this morning messing around on the Rambler. Yesterday, I took her for a drive, went over to Iowa to gas her up. It was a real nice drive. I came out this morning and looked down in here and I noticed that the passing gear D10 had come disconnected from the carburetor, and it was, I guess I could show you. I made this here. Get a wrench to use as a pointer. I made this piece right here. This 2-barrel carburetor is set up different than like an Edelbrock 4-barrel. So this piece I've been adjusting up and down to get it just right. I want it to be so that when it's released, the carburetor doesn't touch the manifold. And see, when the carburetor closes, this goes down. So it needs to be high enough so that it doesn't hit the manifold and that this D10 doesn't hit that manifold bolt right there. So I've been in the state of adjusting this. This is also loose and it can be tightened. All this is a screw through here with some washers and some lock nuts so that it can move on that and not be held down. And I'm just in the process of messing around with it. And sometimes just having something like this to mess around with is super fun. Honey Babe's taking off. She goes and plays pickleball today. She dances on certain days. She volunteers on certain days. She plays pickleballs on certain days. She's a very active person. I saw something online about people who are very active live longer, and I'm thinking she's probably going to live to be over 100. She's got relatives that live to be 100 or more, so runs in the family. I'm gonna have to hang in here and try to outlive her. I told her when I got together with her that I would outlive her because she's had a husband that died and left her to raise the kids, and plus she wound up having to take care of him while he was sick. And I always thought that was a hard thing to go through, and it's not something that I'd want to put anybody through. So I kind of said, okay, I'm going to outlive you, just so you know. I'm not doing any extra work to get there, but I am enjoying my life. And I read somewhere this morning that people who enjoy their lives live longer, and so I've got that covered. Being out here enjoying my life is going to help me live longer, in spite of the fact that I don't get the kind of exercise she does. But I feel like it. God made different people for different things, and He made her to be, she's like a bird. She's running around and flipping her wings and singing and doing all that cool stuff, and I like that. And I'm more like an old barn owl. I'm sitting in the same place, but I'm still having fun, singing, doing all that stuff. So yeah, different ways of being for different folks. Not necessarily a bad thing, any of it, So I'm gonna adjust this whole mechanism to move it back a little. I don't know, maybe I could get you down here. I want to make a camera mount out of a magnet, and I'm thinking about, like, I've got those magnetic antennas up there, and I could take one of those magnetic antennas maybe and use the base of it to hang a magnet on for a camera. That would work. See, I can do it like this, but my thing won't stick there. I might could sit you out here on the battery. Maybe you can see what I'm doing. But it's just a process of adjusting. I got different parts of this that needs to be adjusted a little bit more one way or the other. I think I'm going to adjust that whole thing in a little further. Okay, so Bill's on his way over, and he's going to help me set the hood on this thing. I guess I ought to get some wrenches set up for that. I know that's pretty sure that's a 1/2 inch. If I give me a couple sockets, yeah, ready. When he gets here, we can throw that on there pretty quick. So what I'll do is just set the bolts are in place on that thing on both sides. What I'll do is set a wrench here and one over there, and that way once we get this up in the air, we'll be ready to bolt it on. And also, we got a stick here. It's probably too long for that hood, but I've also got this one, which is probably just about right. So what we'll do is we'll have this sitting in such a way that I can get this up, stick this stick under it, prop it up, and then slip it on. That should work. Oh, the joy. I'm very happy with this car. Looking at a lot of possibilities for it. As far as paint and, like I want to put a decent stereo system in it. I got some speakers in it. I don't know if Josh put these in here or if there's some that I had in there. And I got a speaker in the dash, I think, that works, maybe. Yeah, I got some thoughts about paint and the possibilities for that. Kind of looking at some ideas about some seats. Something I might do with that. Yep. Oh, the joy.